Yep, that's me. You probably wonder how I ended up in this situation. Hey all, and welcome to another video on the channel of Tech Cat. Today we're looking at the Dell Optiplex 790. Although the specs aren't that amazing of this machine, I was able to pick it up for only 20 euros. It's rocking a Core i3 2120 processor, 4GB DDR3 memory, 250GB 7200 RPM hard drive, and an Nvidia 9500 GT graphics card. Also, these machines, the same as the last budget build, can be updated quite nicely. The only thing that this PC really is missing is USB 3.0, but if we would want it, we can always add an extension card for that. When you open it up, you can see it's just a neat little machine. It has 4 slots for memory, the graphics card is in there, there's 2 80mm fans, and you can place hard drives on the right bottom. Taking the memory out, you can see we have 2 sticks of 2GB DDR3 memory, definitely something worth upgrading. Then unplugging the hard drive, taking it out is quite easy. It actually comes with a little plastic bracket that makes it, almost hot swappable, you would say. Of course, not really hot swappable because the machine will just turn off. But it's just easy to handle. And when we take it out, you can see we have the 250GB 7200 RPM drive. And then moving on to the graphics cards, we have an Nvidia 9500 GT 1GB version of GDDR2 memory. I'm planning to use the same graphics card as in the previous budget build that I made. I've always liked these machines, but somehow I've only got hold of the small form factor models. And this is finally a MIDI tower that I was able to get a hold of. As you can see, the PC isn't that dusty, but let's just spray it off. So we're gonna quickly give it a little spray over. The upgrade plan for this PC will be 16GB of DDR3 memory, which I was able to buy for 12 euros. A Xeon E3 1230. I was able to pick this up for only 5 euros, and then the AMD RX 580 8GB. To place the processor, we'll first take off the cooler. The cooler is sufficient for an upgraded processor, as honestly we're not going to be overclocking or anything, so these things don't run that hot. We'll take the cooler off with the 4 screws, then unclick the metal bracket, take the processor out, place the new processor and some cooling paste of course, and after that we're going to be screwing the cooler back on. Always make sure you do this crosswise to ensure that the cooling paste is, spread out evenly. And after that we're gonna be upgrading the memory, taking the current 4GB out and placing the 4x4GB sticks in there just to make sure that we have the perfect upgrade. And after that we're gonna be moving on to the graphics card. Taking the graphics card out is easy with a little clip on the side. I really like this about these Dell machines. They're always really easy to work with. We'll take the graphics card out. After that we're going to be placing the RX 580 8GB version in there. But yeah, as you can see, this is taking some time. It's not really working as it seems.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, and we got it in. Well, kind of. It sits with the metal back bracket on the memory slots, meaning that I can't really get it into the slot as you can see here as well. So let's just hope that it makes sufficient connection, but I'm afraid it will not make sufficient connection. Yep, and as it seems, the machine does not boot. What it looks like is that the graphic card indeed doesn't fit, but doing some more checks, it seems that I bought even the wrong Intel Xeon, as I was supposed to buy just the 1230, but apparently I bought a 1230 V2, which is for the Sandy Bridge version, and this PC doesn't support that. So yeah, back to the drawing board, I would say. As I had to go back to the drawing board, I quickly decided to buy the R7 360 2GB version graphics card. When it arrived, it turned out to be a RX 460 4GB version, which is a pleasant surprise. I almost didn't believe it until I connected it inside the PC, and it did indeed turn out to be the 460. For only 30 euros, such a good deal, honestly. Well, you know what they say, right? The Dell Optiplex 790, it's the best singing computer. It's a Dell. Then looking into the CPU, as the Xeon 1230 V2 didn't work, I looked for a safer option here. For this reason I went for the Intel i5 2500 CPU, which cost me only 8 euros. And I know that it only has 4 cores without hyperthreading, but the performance difference between the Xeon 1230 and the i5 2500 isn't that insane, so it's still a very good option for this build. And now I'm pleasantly thrilled to dive into the world of CSGO and share my experience with you. Strap yourselves in because we're about to embark on an adrenaline-fueled journey with some jaw-dropping frame rates. When it comes to CSGO, precision and speed are crucial, and my budget-friendly setup doesn't disappoint. Prepare to be amazed that we hit a minimum of 70 frames per second, an average of 92 frames per second, and a peaking and a mind-blowing frame rate of 217 per second as the high frame rates. Honestly, this only happens when you've just died and it shows the black and white screen, but it's really amazing that you are able to achieve this on such a budget PC. With these impressive frame rates, every shot you take and every movement you make will be ultra smooth and responsive, whether you are engaging in intense firefights or executing tactical maneuvers. This setup will give you the competitive edge you need to dominate the game. Immerse yourself in immersive maps and dynamic gameplay of CSGO, where precision and strategy reign supreme. Experience the thrill of outsmarting your opponents, coordinating with your team and securing those crucial victories. With a minimum of 70 frames per second, you can expect a fluid gaming experience, ensuring that your reflexes are on point. But it doesn't stop there. Averaging at 92 frames per second means you'll enjoy consistent performance, allowing you to make split-second decisions and react swiftly to changing scenarios. Now we're moving on to GTA 5. It doesn't have to be very expensive hardware to run a game like GTA 5. We're running it on this budget-friendly gaming PC with amazing frame rates. Honestly, running amazing. Just bought the game, playing a mission even. Didn't know you had to play a mission first before you can actually play online. But gameplay is amazing, super smooth, runs great. And that last is my noob skills. Yeah, gaming on this PC is just incredible. Really, really like it. An RX 460 4GB graphics card paired with an i5 2500 processor, all housed within the reliable Dell Optiplex 790. Now I know what you're thinking, can this budget-friendly rig handle Fortnite? Well, let me tell you, it's a pleasant surprise. During my intense Fortnite session, this little powerhouse delivered some impressive frame rates. We're talking a minimum of 71 frames per second, averaging a smooth 120 frames per second, and peaking at a jaw-dropping 186 frames per second. Who would have thought that this modest setup could achieve such heights? Now I have to crack a small joke here, because it's all about having fun, right? You see, this PC is like a hidden gem. It's like stumbling upon a secret treasure chest in Fortnite, except instead of a legendary weapon, you find an incredible gaming experience on a budget. Who needs a fancy, expensive setup when you can conquer Fortnite with this humble rig? It's like finding the perfect loot without spending a fortune. But let's get serious for a moment. It's truly amazing how this RX 460 4GB graphics card and an i5 2500 processor combo work together seamlessly, proving that you don't need always the latest and greatest hardware to enjoy your favorite games. The Dell Optiplex 790 has been a reliable companion handling the demands of Fortnite with ease. So if you're on a tight budget and looking to dive into the Fortnite world, don't underestimate the power of this setup. Sure, it may not break the bank, but it will definitely break your opponent's spirits on the battlefield. Within the minimum frame rate of 71 FPS, you can expect a smooth gaming experience, allowing you to react quickly to those fast-paced Fortnite moments. And when you're averaging at 120 FPS, you will have the competitive edge to outmaneuver your opponents and secure those victory royales. Plus, reaching a peak of 186 FPS is simply mind-blowing for a budget-friendly setup like this. So my fellow gamers, keep gaming, keep having fun, and remember, it's not always about the flashy gear, but the skills you bring to the game. With this setup, you can show the world that it's your gaming prowess that truly matters. And now, let's get ready to embark on the epic adventure with me playing Halo. Now let's talk numbers. This humble rig may be a budget build, but it doesn't compromise on performance. We're talking minimum 52 frames per second, averaging a solid 76, and reaching a maximum of 163 frames per second. Who would have thought that this Dell Optiplex 790, known for being a budget-friendly PC, could deliver such impressive results? I mean, it's like the Dell Optiplex 790 is Clark Kent of gaming PCs. It may seem ordinary on the surface, but once you power it on and dive into the world of Halo, it transforms into a gaming superhero, ready to deliver an extraordinary experience without breaking the bank. Now back to Halo. With these frame rates, you'll be fully immersed in the action-packed battles, stunning visuals and an epic storytelling that Halo is renowned for. Whether you're engaging in intensive multiplayer matches or unraveling the captivating single-player campaign, this setup ensures a smooth and enjoyable gaming experience. With a minimum of 52 frames per second, you can expect a consistent performance that keeps you engaged in heart-pounding moments of combat. And at an average of 76 frames per second, you will have the responsiveness you need to make split-second decisions and outmaneuver your opponents. Trust me, when you reach that maximum 163 frames per second, you will feel like a Spartan warrior, dominating the battlefield like a true legend. But all in all, I thought it was a really nice build. A lot went wrong in this build, I can't lie about that. You see like the wrong CPU, the graphics card didn't fit, but overall, in the end, we ended up with a PC of only 70 euros, which runs these games with such performance. I'm really amazed what we were able to achieve for such little money. Like, honestly, you don't need to break the bank to be able to play some nice video games and to join the master race, if you ask me. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Maybe you would leave to like it and subscribe it. And yeah, if you want, see you in the next video. And otherwise, please still see you in the next video. Bye bye.